Welcome, and here we go again. Now, yesterday I didn't bring you a video. My aim was to do a video every day. Therefore, I'm going to do a video today, and I might do a second video at some point if I have the chance. This video will be out at 5 o'clock today, and then there may be one coming later on in the night. If not, at some point this week, I'll bring you 2 videos to make up for the lack of video yesterday. Anyway, today I will be rounding off my Series 12 videos, if I do 2 videos, and I will be bringing you my discussion of the Cybermen in Series 12. The Cybermen were a big part of Series 12. Series 11 didn't really have any returning villains, but this time we had the Master and the Cybermen, as well as the Jadoon. And the Cybermen were a big part. They starred in 3 episodes of the series, which was this loosely connected finale 3-parter, and they played a big part in the story arc this series involving the lone Cyberman. Personally, I was really pleased with their involvement, and for one of the only times in New Who, I thought the Cybermen were done well. So today I will discuss why. Ashad is the first thing we're going to discuss. Personally, I found Ashad to be great. I think he was liked by most people as a Cyberman, but the lone Cyberman brought us a mix of humanity and cyborgity, if that's a word. But I think the Cybermen are often scariest. Ooh, I don't know whether you heard that bing, but it's just my computer telling me to update it. The Cybermen work scariest when they show their humanity. In the 10th planet, they were terrifying because they had those like human hands and the cloth faces, and they looked humanoid. In World Enough and Time, when they were back, I mean, the Mondasians are my favourite Cyberman design, so I was really pleased when I saw that they brought back the human hands and the sort of they have like half a face with this lone Cyberman. I think it's a really awesome design, and a really creepy one too. It makes the Cyberman terrifying again, behind the sofa material for younger viewers, which is great because the Cybermen haven't been scary in a new design since the 1960s, in my opinion. So it was great to have this great new design that actually looks pretty creepy and pretty striking. So I thought personally it was at its best in the atmospheric haunting of Villa Diodati, because the atmosphere of it all. But it was good in the series finale. The only thing I was disappointed by was how easily the lone Cyberman was defeated, which was a shame, as with the Cybermen in general. And I think the Cyberman plot did fall apart a bit in the last part, The Timeless Children. The Cyber Warriors. So there were 3 distinct new designs of Cybermen introduced here. The Cyber Warriors was like a mix between the Nightmare and Silver Cybermen and the sort of Invasion, Revenge of the Cybermen sort of era Cybermen, which was great. I'm not a fan of the Nightmare and Silver incarnations at all. I'm not a fan of any of the other New Who designs. But they work okay on screen. They work okay alongside the Invasion, more classic Who type look. Although I'm not particularly happy that they roboticized the Cybermen so much, but they were intimidating enough. The other Cyberman, now the more controversial one, I know this has caused a lot of controversy, was the Cyber Time Lords. We've never seen the Cybermen on Gallifrey. It had been a long speculated thing that the Time Lords, that there would be hybrids of Cyber Time Lords one day. I think there's been comics where the Cyber Time Lords have been a thing, but we've never seen them on screen. So it was really good to see them on screen. It's a bit of a stupid idea, but the design's pretty awesome. They look great with their sort of cyber helmet things. The idea is pretty stupid, but it works, I think. I think it works. For me, it works anyway, and for a lot of people, it felt a bit too far. What I wasn't happy about is how quickly they were used. They were brought into it about half an hour before the end, if not 15 minutes, of the Timeless Children. And then they just sort of disappeared. They didn't kill anyone. They didn't do anything. They just sort of stood there, which was really sad because it's a wasted potential. So I'm sort of hoping that Cyber Time Lords will return one day, but after a bit of backlash around them, I doubt they will do. And I doubt a lot of things in Timeless Children will resurge. Other Cyberman stories have done things worse and better than the Haunting of Villa Diodati and the Ascension of the Cybermen and the Timeless Children. I believe that the Haunting of Villa Diodati did the Cybermen much better than in stories like Rise of the Cybermen, Age of Steel, and The Next Doctor for David Tennant. Although I like the first story, the first two-parter, a lot, I'm not a fan of the way it executes the Cybermen as such. I do like the story itself, though. And the Closing Time and Nightmare in Silver and Dark Water, Death in Heaven don't do the Cybermen very well at all. In the first two in particular, they're really pathetic. So I think personally I was a fan of Haunting of Villa Diodati's and the series finale, their execution of the Cybermen, much more than those stories. However, I'm not as much a fan as from World Enough and Time the Doctor Falls, because I do like the body horror of the Cybermen, and I'm glad we saw a bit of that in Haunting Villa Diodati and The Lone Cyberman. But I'm still more a fan of the Mondasian Cyberman. I think as a story, the season finale three-parter, I'm going to call it, although it's not technically a three-parter, it connects together. It ranks decently on the list of Cyberman stories. There's not been a great deal of brilliant Cyberman stories over the years. There was the 10th Planet, Tomb of the Cybermen, The Invasion, and One Enough in Time, I think. Earthshock could be counted, I guess, but I'd say that's good rather than excellent. Other than that, though, there's been a lot of bad ones. Silver Nemesis, Revenge of the Cybermen, Closing Time, Nightmare in Silver, to name a few. So yeah, I was overall happy with the Cybermen's involvement, and it was good to see some stuff with the Cybermen being experimented with, such as the Cybermen being on Gallifrey, and which was very, very fan servicey, and the Cybermen being a huge part in the story arc, which I don't think we've ever seen before, really. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed their involvement in the series. So there's my rant over. I should be doing another video later on in the day, which will be my New Who ranking. So that'll be series 12 included, and where that ranks among the rest, as well as my discussion of them all. Anyway, 5 o'clock, new videos out. I'll try and do another one. If there's another one, I'll schedule it for 8 PM. So thank you for tuning in. I've been listening. I'll see you next time. Stay safe, guys.